I had the weirdest day today. It was the most entertaining day I've had in a while. I had the most drama I've had in a long time. And I don't even know if you would consider this drama. It's just that my life is boring and this is all I have going for it. So what happened was, let's start kind of at the beginning. This afternoon I was at a going away party. And afterwards my friend wanted to hang out and we didn't know what to do, so we decided to go to a mall and walk around like a bunch of middle schoolers that had nothing better to do. And so we did that, and for some reason we thought we would be able to think of something better while we're running laps around the mall, but we didn't. So the mall that we were at was about like 30 minutes away from my house. So we decided to head back towards my house and do something in my town. So we ended up going to this Italian ice place and just sitting there for a little while thinking of more things to do, and I was hitting people up, seeing if they could hang out with me. One person got back with me and said that he would need about 30 minutes before we could come by and figure something else out. And my other friend said she would call me back in an hour because she was at a festival, but that never happened. So the friend that I was with, let me just call her Jay. Jay and I decided to go to Dunkin' Donuts, which was just 2 buildings over from this Italian ice place. And so we just left our car there and walked over, and she got a drink, and we sat there for a minute, and when we decided to head back to the car, we were walking outside, and someone goes, "Hey, I like your tats," and he was talking about my friend, Jay. And we look over, and I recognized him from high school. I used to hang out with him. I was like, "Hey," and he was like, "Oh, hey." And so we decided just to catch up for a while, since we had nothing better to do. And I ended up blowing off that other guy that I had texted, and he said that we could come by in like 30 minutes. Yeah, so I just let him know, like, the situation. So I was catching up with this guy, we'll call him Denim. So we just hung out for a little while, but then he had to leave. And I got his number, because I thought, like, we would be able to hang out, like, as friends, of course. So I got his number, and immediately after he left, he started texting me. And I didn't, like, text back that much, but my friend Jay and I decided to go to the dollar store and then to Target. While we were at Target, when we first walked in, there were 3 cops, and they had cornered this woman. You know, when you go to Target, there's the first doors, and then there's a second set of doors. So she was cornered in that in-between area. And she had her hands on her head like this, and she was shaking and hyperventilating. I took her to the offices in Target, and EMTs came, and they brought one of those, like, breather things. I don't know what it's called, but they put it on your mouth and, like, they pump air into your mouth. Yeah, so they brought one of those back. So she was probably having a full-on panic attack. I felt so bad for her, but I think she stole something because they took her card away. Anyway, we walked around Target for a little while, wasted some time. Then when I got home, Denim had texted me asking if I had a Snapchat, and I was like, yeah, and I added him on there. And he sent me a snap immediately after I added him on there. And it was just a snap from, he was laying in bed, no shirt on. It was from, like, the upper chest up. It was super dark. I could hardly even make out what it was. And that was the snap. So I was like, I'm not replying to this. So I didn't. I just opened it and I texted him. I was like, I added you on Snapchat. And he sent me another snap and it said, "Snap me." And I wasn't going to show myself because I hate taking snaps of myself. Anyway, so I sent him a picture of my dog. He sent me another picture, the same picture pretty much, but it said, "I need cuddles." And I was thinking, oh my god. Like, I was friends with him back in the day. I mean, a little bit more than friends, but we weren't anything official. Anyway, I wasn't gonna lead him on or anything, so I was so petty. I took a picture of my dogs. They were all 3 laying on the ground, so I took a picture with all of them in it, and I wrote, "Choose your cuddle buddy," and oh my god, I just find that so funny. I think that was, like, my best comeback. So, then he sent me another snap. It wasn't of him this time, it was the opposite direction, so it was his TV, and he said, "But you're not in it." And I replied, I said, I did a message, not an actual snap, and I said, "You just met my girlfriend." So I was pretending that Jay was my girlfriend, and he wrote me back. He was like, "You're lesbian slash bi now?" Question mark, exclamation mark. And I'm texting Jay all this stuff that's happening. She texted me back a little bit after I'd already sent a reply for that, and she was like, "Be like, yes, I'm gay AF." I'm not the type to lie like that, but I thought it was funny. But what I actually replied to him was, I was like, "Nah, I'm just playing, but I do have a boyfriend though." And he was like, "Oh, you're breaking my heart." And so I feel bad. Like, guys are too confident sometimes. Like, just because, even if I didn't have a boyfriend, do you think I would really go out with you? We were in high school. My taste has definitely changed. You look totally different. But yeah, I'm not trying to be mean. Okay, continuing. So I replied, "Sorry, not sorry," and then said, "You seem really chill though, so we could still hang out." And he was like, "No, I would try to come on to you if we hung out." And then I was like, "Oh, for real?" And then he said, "Yeah, you're super gorgeous, but if you're ever single again, keep me in mind." And I replied with something that I'm not gonna share on here because it wasn't a. I feel like I could have had a better comeback, and what I said I feel like was kind of pushing it too far with my pettiness, and I just don't want to think about that. And he never replied to that, so that's the end of my drama for the day. And my life is going back to being boring. It brought me back to high school, that's for sure. I don't get a lot of action like that these days. But yeah, that's the story of my drama today. Can you call that drama? Probably not. To any normal person, that's not drama. But for me, someone that spends hours and hours on Netflix every day, Netflix is literally my job, but I don't get paid for it. I just waste hours on it. I mean, that's drama for me. But yeah, that's all I got.